You all are welcome to my video sessions. This video is focusing on giving you the guidelines to answer unit test 1, unit 1 and 2. The paper already sent to the group. I think some of you have done it already. Follow this video and understand how to write the answers there. Remember, answers are not here, but I am giving you a guideline how to answer the questions given there. Right? Okay, let's see. Question number 1, part 1. Explain in what ways economic goods differ from free goods. Now, when you look at the question, remember, understand the question's type. That means question comes in different ways. Explain, analyze, interpret, what, why, comment, compare, like this. Explain is a very common question style in our paper. When they explain, you don't need to have pages and pages. Briefly, I have to explain here the differences between economic goods and free goods. Okay? And when you are writing answers in our paper, keep remember very well, the definitions are very important. You have to start the answer by defining the concept in the section. Here there are two concepts. Mostly, question include only one concept. It may be two, the maximum three, but very rarely a question includes three concepts. Mostly only one concept, or it can be two concepts. Here, two concepts are what? Economic goods and free goods. So you need to define them first. Define free goods and economic goods. You can write this in point form, but each and every point you have to explain simply without just placing the point. Or you can have a para, no issue. Just explain, you can have point form, answer, 1 point for one separate idea, right? So definition, you can have 1 point. And then when you compare free goods and economic goods, there are certain areas that you have to compare. Number 1, origination. You can take this as another point. How free goods are originated. How economic goods are originated. That you have to briefly explain. And then scarcity. Which goods are scarce? Which goods are non-scarce? You have to briefly explain. And then opportunity cost. Here you get 4 points basically. Definition, 1 point. Origination, another point. Scarcity, another point. Opportunity cost, another point. Right? If you want, you can have something as good example, market price. But if you place these for the answer, that's completely enough. Okay? Right. Let's go for the second part. Question number 1, part 2. Explain. Again, the question asks explain the concept of opportunity cost and describe. Two words are there in the question. How it relates to the problem of choice between alternative users of scarce resources. Here the key concept is what? Opportunity cost. In the starting point of the answer, you have to define opportunity cost and briefly explain what is opportunity cost. Okay, starting point is this. Define and explain the opportunity cost. And then you have to go to the second part of the question, how it relates to the problem of choice. So these are very common question that comes in our paper. Really, this question focuses on scarcity. And it is connected with opportunity cost. But the behind concept is scarcity. So you have to explain starting from the scarcity to go to opportunity cost. Define the scarcity. You have to connect it with alternatives. You have to make a choice. You have to say what is choice. When you make a choice, you sacrifice what next best alternative by facing a loss called opportunity cost. This entire process has to be explained. Each and every concept has to be defined in the para. Scarcity, alternatives, choice, definitions are important in the answer. Okay. Part 3. Outline. Here, outline. When they ask outline, just a comparison of market economy, command economy. You just compare points, no need to explain. Outline. The question has outline, present, what. You better have a table in this case. Or you can have point form, no issue. But you better have a table, command economy, market economy. And when you do the comparison, before the compare, you define the system separately, right? Both sides you will define command economy and the market economy. Then when you compare economic systems, there are important areas you have to compare. Number one is resource ownership. No need to explain, just mention. For example, we can say in the market economy, private ownership of resources. That's all. The next one is incentive for decision making. Market economy, command economy. What is the incentive for decision making? And then mechanism on resource allocation. For example, in a command economy, we know you can say resource allocation mechanism is command. A command mechanism. That's all. Next one. What are the functions? What are the functions? What should an economic system do? Here the question say what, but here you have to have a brief explanation on the answer. Very simple idea. What should an economic system do? Solving basic economic problems. Right? That's the key point of the question. We take whatever the economic system, either market economy, command economy, or mixed economy, whatever it is, remember, their job is to solve basic economic problems. Then you have to define first economic system and basic economic problems. Then you have to briefly say how an economic system solve what and how much to produce, how to produce, and to whom to produce. Remember, not market economy or command economy, simply in common how an economic system solve these problems. Okay. Number 5, examine whether the operation of market economy always produce desirable outcome. Examine here what in candidate explain. Kina dahasan thamai. Oila balan na kine kya nahi. Can explain karan na kya nahi. Examine kya nahi kya. Whether the operation of market economy always produce desirable outcome. What do you mean this desirable outcome? That means whether market economy give what society wants. Or whether market economy always satisfy society. Or else question asks whether market economy is efficient in resource allocation. We know not always. We have learned there are instances where market economic system gets failed to allocate resources efficiently. We call them as market failures. Simply the question asks about market failures. You have to first say that market economy does not achieve efficient allocation of resources. It's called as market failures. Then you have to mention market failures. It's not here, but you have to mention all the market failures, saying that these are the instances where market economic system fails to achieve the objectives of a country. Right. Part 6. Explain why the mixed economic system is more common. Again, you have to first define what is mixed economic system. Now we know practically all the countries are having mixed economic system. Why is that? The key reason is failure of market economy and the command economy. Right? That's why mixed economy was born. And you have to mention some failures of the market economy. Again, market failures, not much, but about 2, 3. And the failures of the command economy system. At least 3 points. Then you have to say that because of these failures, people used mixed economic system. Okay? Right. Question number 2. So PPC question part 1. Look at the question. Assume that a country runs 2 manufacturing industries, garment and rubber. Draw separate diagram representing garment in the horizontal axis and the rubber in the vertical axis to show how the following. Here, question asks to show just the diagrams only. How the following events affect the production percentage curve. No explanation needed. You have to just have the diagram and keep it. Here you are given 2 goods where garment in the horizontal, rubber in the vertical. So question comes like this. Rubber in the vertical, garment in the horizontal. Question A, reallocation of resources from garment to rubber industry. Right? What is the reallocation of resources? I'll show you the idea. Here, when you are moving from A to B, what happens? Y production decreases and X production increases. That means what the economy has done. Economy has increased resource used to X by cutting off resources used to Y. So definitely Y production comes down, X production increase. We called it as reallocation, changing the resource allocation. So here then, how do you answer? If you remember well, because of the resource reallocation, PPC is not changed. Right? Production point has to change. A done, point the Annikella Ati and Akaran. Makala graphic complete Karandu. Right? No need of explanations. Just have the diagram only. Second one, unemployment. Again, we know due to unemployment, PPC is not changed at all. Unemployment due to what? Demand for rubber. Now, again, you have to go to a point. Select the point. And this A point should be changed. What the change? Unemployment of the economy due to decrease in the demand for rubber. So the unemployment reason is lack of demand for rubber with no change in garments. Due to rubber industry unemployment, economy face unemployment. Now you should decide A point should go where. Right? Next one, some of the foreign investors in garment industry close their operations and shift their investments to other countries. Now this is happening nowadays in Sri Lanka. Now I heard that some large garment industries, mass holding, Randix, so they are planning to move away from Sri Lanka. Will be a big trouble for us. Right, now first understand because of this issue whether production possibility is changed or not. Yeah, we have taken foreign investment as a matter, as a reason for changing production possibility of a country. So I mean the PPC when I spend on. I have to think how the PPC change. PPC when succeed the window now. Next, development of economic infrastructure. Can Raje Parwal Hadanava, telecommunication, electricity developed. Then what happened? What happened? Production possibility of the country increases. Question number 2, part 2. Name determinants of demand for fish. Here, question is focusing on determinants of name. No need to explain, just in point form. 4 marks are there. 4 points enough, but for the better side, you may write another 2. Right? Okay, you can remember the theory. Determinants of demand, price of the good, prices of other good, consumers' income, taste, expectations, some other factors. Now, you need to write these for the product given. What is the product given? Fish. Now, I have given you some examples in the MCQ tube. I think in page number 2. Similar kind of examples are there. මේ ටික අදාළ කරලා ලියන්න ප්‍රොඩක්ට් එක. ප්‍රොඩක්ට් එක තමයි fish. So price කියලා කියන්න බෑ. Price of other goods කියන්න බෑ. Right? Question number 2, part 3. Explain why is there a negative relationship between price and demand quantity. Again, very common question. Why is there a negative relationship between price and demand quantity? Or else question asks about reasons for law of demand. Why the law of demand? We have learned there are 2 reasons behind income effect and substitution effect. Let me explain what is income effect and how does it create a negative relationship between price and duty. Before answering the question, you better go to the note and read this. What is income effect? What is substitution effect? Then summarize the idea and write the answer. Question number 2, part 4. What factors determine price, demand, elasticity? Here the question focuses on determinants of PED. So this one we have taken number 1 factor as what? Availability of substitutes. Like this, you have to place all the other determinants of price, demand, elasticity. 5. Why is a downward sloping linear demand curve more price elastic at the higher prices and more inelastic at the lower prices? Question focus on this one. Remember, we learned if we take a normal demand curve, PED value will change from infinite to 0. Question asks, why this upper part elastic? Simple argument is this. When the price is high, the people are highly sensitive even for a small change of the price. But if we take the bottom part of the graph, PED is inelastic. Why is that? When the price of a commodity is comparatively low, people don't care, even though price is double. Right? And this you have to explain why elasticity is elastic at the higher range and inelastic in the lower range. Right, that's all. So write the answers. First look at this video, then look at the relevant lesson. Write the answers properly. Bring me the answers on the next class day. Okay, good luck. See you.